Hello and welcome to a CFMEU News Update. I'm Emily Barker. The Federal Parliament has passed laws to tighten the 457 Temporary Overseas Worker Visa program. Reforming the use of 457 visas has been a major focus of the CFMEU's Let's Spread It Around campaign. CFMEU National Assistant Secretary Dave Noonan said the legislation will help stop abuses of the system and give Australian workers a fairer chance of getting Australian jobs. Employers will now have to prove they've made a serious effort at sourcing workers locally before recruiting from overseas, including advertising. Before the legislation passed, CFMEU member Ben Love travelled to Canberra from Boggabri to tell his story of losing his job at Downer EDI while temporary 457 workers were kept on.
I was retrenched along with 106 odd other people, 40 in the maintenance division. And we have a number of Papua New Guinean blokes brought in on 457 skilled work shortage visas who haven't been laid off while the rest of our local workforce has.
Hundreds of CFMEU members hit the streets of Brisbane this week to stand up for American mine workers dudded out of their pension and healthcare entitlements by Peabody Energy. A delegation from the United Mine Workers of America has come to Australia to talk to Peabody mine workers about the disgraceful behaviour of the company. UMWA Secretary Dan Kane said retired Peabody coal mine workers and their families would die without the healthcare they needed because Peabody had offloaded its responsibilities to a subsidiary which it allowed to fall into bankruptcy. CFMEU Queensland District Secretary Stephen Smythe said mine workers needed to stand together against the heartless tactics of multinational mining companies. Global mining giant Glencore-Xstrata has announced it will cut 450 jobs at 2 Queensland coal mines in what the CFMEU says is a ruthless and short-term approach to cost-cutting. At Newlands, 50 jobs will be cut immediately and another 250 by the end of the year, including underground and open-cut mine workers, mechanical and electrical tradespeople, supervisors and administrative staff. A further 150 jobs will be cut from Oakey North. CFMEU Queensland Senior Vice President Mitch Hughes said mining is a volatile industry, but companies should plan ahead with a buffer to accommodate factors like short-term changes in commodity prices rather than slashing jobs as soon as profits dip. New research shows a dramatic rise in BHP executive salaries compared with average wages. The head of BHP Billiton gets paid around 200 times as much as the average Australian. Back at the start of the 1980s, it was 6 or 7 times as much. Andrew Mackenzie, who took charge of BHP last month, is expected to earn less than his predecessor, Marius Kloppers. Even so, he can still earn around $12.5 million US a year. CFMEU Mining General Secretary Andrew Vickers said it was no wonder mining executives were out of touch with their workers, earning their huge bonuses by cutting costs and cutting jobs. The CFMEU would like to pay tribute to Life member Bob Widderick, who recently passed away. Bob worked at the Goonyella Riverside mine in Queensland. The union was a huge part of Bob's life and he continually fought for the rights of the workers and wasn't afraid to go head-to-head with the company over wages and conditions. Our thoughts are with Bob's family. For more information on these stories, plus the latest on the Let's Spread It Around campaign, please go to the CFMEU website.